Coming down for the white flag. Mike Wallace thinks he's got something for Mark Martin. Where's he going to make his move?
He's going to flare up high and hope Johnny goes with him. He doesn't have anything to lose, Phil. He ain't racing. He isn't racing for points. He's going to try to get that gecko ahead of that Scott's truck.
Through the triangle, across the start-finish line. 1 lap to go at Talladega.
Todd Bodine came across the line in 14th spot. Restarted in 27th, already up to 14th, and he's fanning out to the outside now.
Here comes Mike Skinner in the second line. Johnny Benson moves up. Skinner moves up higher. Mark Martin is going to try to block as they go down the backstretch.
Look at Todd Bodine right out against the wall.
Todd Bodine moved up. He made it into the top 10. He's running 3 wide.
Whoa, there they go.
There they go. Mike Wallace into the wall. And Derrike Cope gets almost upside down into the wall. The caution is going to come out. The checkered is going to fly. Mark Martin out in front of the field as they come out of turn number 4. And Mark Martin will win at Talladega.
Yeah, the caution flag is out. It doesn't matter if Mike Skinner drives by him or not. This race is over, and Mark Martin has won again.
Wow.
Todd Bodine may have just made it up into the top 5 at the end of that race.
See all the Derrike Cope had such a great run going after overcoming that flat left rear tire. Hard contact there. Top of your screen, that's Mike Wallace, the Geico Chevrolet. He's climbing out. He made some hard contact against the outside wall and the inside wall.
Man, you just had to know that if they had made it, it would have just been luck. Because when you get to that point, none of these guys are going to let off the gas. They're going to try to get all they can get.
Mike Wallace is out of the number 15. That's him walking across the grass infield.
They're tending to Derrike Cope there.
Derrike Cope almost upside down in that truck.
Here comes Derrike out of that truck.
That's great to see. See Derrike getting out of that truck. We already saw Mike Wallace walking away from his truck. Great job with Talladega, not only on this repaving job, safer barrier all the way around the corners of this racetrack. That's why these guys are able to walk away like they are after such hard hits.
What a tough day for Derrike Cope.
Now NASCAR's got to try to figure all this out.
Well, and at the end of the race, to determine the finishing positions, not only will they use the loops, but they will use video to make sure to determine right when the caution came out, where everyone was running, and that is how they will figure out the scoring for the end of this race.
And because of the action, you know we got a lot of cameras. There's cameras everywhere. We're not going to miss
all over this bunch.
We're not going to miss anything. Let's see what happens. Skinner gets into the back of Mike Wallace.
Gets in the right rear corner and turns him up in the outside wall. Derrike Cope, it looked like he got hit from behind by Todd Bodine. And I'm telling you, Michael, it looks like Todd Bodine is running 4th.
Take a look at this.
Gets hit by the 9, knocks him up into Johnny.
Look at these. They're 5 wide right now.
But the wreck didn't happen because of that.
That was Todd Bodine who got into the 40.
Todd Bodine got into the 40 of Derrike Cope, just as the 5 of Mike Skinner got into the 15 of Mike Wallace.
I think Todd Bodine was 4th.
I think Todd Bodine finished 4th in this race.
Unbelievable. Todd Bodine getting penalized, goes all the way to the back, and then potentially could finish 4th in this race.
There's another shot here.
What about this glob? There's 2 things that happened. Todd Bodine turned the 40, and Mike Skinner turned the 15.
Totally separate. And those 2 incidents were totally separate within about 30 feet of each other.
And they did exactly the same thing. They got into the right rear quarter panel of the trucks they were racing.
Now, could that be, and we haven't even talked about the fact that Mark Martin has won this race, his 5th win, but could that be, I mean, can it be a penalty for Todd Bodine?
Well, it's the last lap. I don't think you'll see a penalty, but certainly over-aggressive driving by both those guys on the last lap.
Skinner and Bodine.
If there's such a thing as that, is there?
But we talked about it the whole race. These guys really used their heads this entire race. We got down to the very last lap here. Watch this. This is what Dennis Setzer saw here. They're 5 wide right in front of him.
But listen, Dennis, wow, did you see Derrike Cope's truck?
Wow.
That looked like something from Twister.
Flying right next to him.
Watch this.
Take a look at this real time. Now they're coming down the backstretch.
They fan out. They're at least 5 wide right here. Mike Skinner's going to make some contact with Mike Wallace first. Oh, we broke the camera.
We'll have to get that fixed for tomorrow.
Thumper will take care of it.
Now we need to freeze it right there, try to figure out who finished where.
And NASCAR is doing exactly that.
NASCAR will do that. Remember, NASCAR will look at whatever they can available to them to determine finishing position. If this was halfway through the race, they would go to the most recent loop when the caution came out. But they will look at all our video and they will analyze it to try to determine who finishes where.
Any means necessary to find out how the positions shake out. And we do know one position for sure, and that's Mark Martin, his 5th win of the 2006 season. Again, at the end of this one, the reason he was able to get to the checkered flag under caution is because of this. We ride along with Terry Cook. A little bump there on Brendan Gaughan, and then the melee happens in front of him. Talladega's first race ends under caution with Mark Martin winning.
The other part of that deal Mike Skinner's talking about is Derrike Cook. Derrike giving the Key Motorsport Chevrolet a great run today. Tell us what happened in turns 3 and 4 in the last lap.
Well, you know, I kind of decided to stick with Mike there, and he made a move on the outside. We went 3 wide, and I went with him. We had a real good run, and then I left just a little bit of an opening on my hip, and somebody got up, you know, on my hip there, and I probably pinched him in the wall just a little bit there, but I got off him, and I thought I was clean, and then all of a sudden I got hit from behind again and turned around and went up in the fence. But you know, it's just unfortunate. You know, great day, fought adversity all day long with that big blown tire and saved it, and then the guys did a heck of a job. Barry Dodson, the whole crew. I feel bad for them, you know, but.
Still a great run today for Derrike Cope. A great step in right direction for Key Motorsports. Rick.
Well, Derrike Cope has won the biggest race in NASCAR, and he ends up wrecked on this one. Take one more look at how this race ended. The first ever race at Talladega Superspeedway, and it was a tough one.